It's time for CIBL Biz Tips, bringing you actionable strategies to grow and improve your business. Prepare to become civilized.
So another question for you, Michael, kind of along the same lines. Why should employers offer these ancillary and voluntary benefits to employees?
One, there's a couple different reasons. One, it doesn't cost them anything, right? It kind of goes back to partially to the answer I gave you before. One, it doesn't cost them anything. Two, it allows their employees to get the coverage without the underwriting. I would say the most important factor would be employee appreciation and retention, because these benefits are out there, right? Whether they're being offered at the current employer or somewhere else, in theory, that employer could lose a key employee because the other company that's talking to them is like, hey, I've got long-term, short-term. We pay for critical illness. You can have the accident because you got 7 kids. You know, when somebody gets hurt, it's going to pay you. And if you're not offering those benefits, that's another factor that your key employee is going to take into consideration on whether or not they stay at your place of employment. So from an ease of administration and cost perspective, it just makes a lot of sense to build some momentum around the employee benefits package, because for years it's been, hey, we're changing deductibles, your premiums are going to go up. You know, it's been like, hey, well, now it's like, hey, I've got some solutions for you, so you don't have to self-insure your deductible. You pay $150 a week. You get $10,000 from Mutual of Omaha if you have a heart attack, right? Or if somebody has an accident, you're going to get a check for $4,000 because you had a concussion, you went to the emergency room, you had a CAT scan done, you know, et cetera. So that $5,000 deductible all of a sudden isn't so daunting, just because you know that you have these policies in your back pocket. And also now there are no numbers to substantiate this, but I do think there's a correlation, is if you don't offer disability benefits and you have an employee, I'll call it beer league softball for lack of better words, right? They're out on the weekend, it's Sunday night, all do it, right? They twist their knee or their ankle. They don't have any disability insurance at work, and it's an injury that they got outside of work, so there are no worker comp benefits. What are the chances of that employee coming to work and saying they twisted their ankle at work? Because if they do it at work, they have an income, right? So if they don't have income, chances are that they might come into the employer and say, hey, I twisted my ankle getting into the forklift. I can't work. You know, this was at work. I'll fill out the questionnaire, et cetera, and it'd be covered under workers' comp. To where if they had a short-term disability policy to where they know they've got income coming in, it's easier to take advantage of that than, in theory, go around the employer, et cetera. I've had a lot of people, when I roll out, we call them virgin disability policies, just new, right? To where they'll come up after the meeting and they're like, oh my God, dude, I've been waiting to get a knee surgery, but I can't do it because I can't go without an income. He's like, I'm so excited that you're bringing this policy in, because now I can go get help and actually be able to walk like a normal person and have an income coming in. Because also from a voluntary perspective, when you're talking about disability benefits, normally you set up those premiums on a post-tax basis. So the employee collects a benefit tax-free. So from a disability perspective, you're usually presenting or recommending a 60% income replacement. That's the industry standard. However, since it's tax-free, it's more like a 75 or 80% income replacement, because they don't have their normal payroll taxes. Their medical deductions aren't coming out of it. Any 401k, IRA, 401bs, none of that's coming out of that check that gets sent to them as well. And it's a check that goes directly to them, and they can use it for medical expenses. They can use it for groceries, whatever they really need, right?
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CIBL Podcast. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It's the civilized thing to do.
What's up, Central Illinois business owners? We know that insurance and employee benefits are one of the most expensive, confusing, and frustrating hurdles that you face in your business today. Garrett and I work with Central Illinois businesses to create insurance and risk management programs and employee benefit solutions that reduce risk, enhance your business, and maximize your profitability. Head to CIBLinsurance.com to learn more about insurance solutions that are specifically designed for your Central Illinois businesses and to watch our educational videos about work comp, employee health insurance, commercial insurance, and other insurance products to help your business go to the next level. Go to CIBLinsurance.com. We'll see you there.